Hello, Roofball fans. Today we have a very special on-location podcast for you.
You're right. You're right here. You're not in a little box far away. It's crazy.
I thought you were going to edit this so we were still in little boxes.
That'd be funny.
You might hear some interesting things go off from time to time. We'll explain a little bit about that more later. But welcome to the Roofball Federation of America podcast. So, Adam, how are you doing?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Excellent.
I'm excited to be out on the road doing something on location. This is just good times.
Yeah. Well, let's just dive into it. Obviously, from the background, you can see we're not in our houses as we normally are. I think this is maybe only the second one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We filmed like this. We're going to have some guests on a little bit earlier. But for those that have been following Roofball for the last, well, I'll say year, but a little bit shorter than that, you'll hopefully remember a tournament, an exhibition tournament that we did last year at Willis Park. Called the Keep Portland Weird Roofball Invitational. Well, here we are. This is the second annual Keep Portland Weird Roofball Invitational, as you can see by the trophy here. And what you're seeing on the trophy isn't all it can do. We'll probably get into that a little bit later. So let's talk a little bit about where we are and what is happening right now.
Well, we're up in Robot Alley, which is the only installation of the Galactic Empire inside the Portland city limits. We're up in North Portland. We're at, if you guys remember last year, we had a TIE Fighter pilot play in the Weird Portland United tournament. It's his place, and you can see all the stuff behind. The Robot Alley itself is right behind this fence, and it's fully interactive. People can come along and talk to Jedi, get their midichlorian count, a whole bunch of other Star Wars related stuff, but primarily to feel like they're under the thumb of the Empire.
Yeah. They can find Rebel scum if they look closely.
They sure can.
Yeah. There's some Grogu. Grogu walking
multiple
around.
Grogus, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, so we're going to interview a couple people with Keep Portland Weird. They're going to be playing the
That's why we're here. That's the thing we haven't said. This is where that tournament's going to be.
That's right. And you'll cut in some footage here.
Absolutely,
of
yes.
What the place looks like.
You're seeing it right now.
But the tournament itself will be on June 2nd.
Yep. Sunday, June 2nd. Yep.
And it should be good. There's 12 competitors, and much like last time, it could be anything from a possum to a chicken to a moose to hoverboard riders. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of different things. Now, the setup, and again, you'll see it here in a little bit, is a little different than Willis Park.
Yes, it's slightly different, yeah.
I would say it's much more like Buddy's house, which has hosted a couple tournaments, a couple cups, U.S. Opens in the past, but most recently the Oregon Regional. In fact, the same pole is being used. Yes,
exactly. Yes, we transported the mobile target.
Yes, only one slight injury transferring the target over here. Thank you, Devin.
Thanks, Devin.
Appreciate it. All right. Anything else before we invite our guests on here?
No, except to say that we're going to have all the top three last year. Pat Thorne, who won the whole thing, Regular Fish, and Millie Opossum are all back, reprising their roles as Roofball competitors, and I'm looking forward to it because it's one of the few tournaments where you just get to sit and watch the chaos.
Yes, and Millie Opossum has the record for our largest TikTok video ever.
There you go. Congratulations, Millie.
And it's not even remotely
close. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that, we will be right back with the magic of editing with our first guest. Here's our first guest, Eric Putman.
Yes.
Did I do it? All right.
Yes.
Magic of editing. Love it. All right. Also known as No One. Which, if you did watch the last tournament, Lauren, our normal announcer, and I was doing some announcing. We had a great time watching you and commenting on No One playing. It was fantastic.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
You did a little who's on first thing.
Yeah.
And frequent commenter at the World Championships, if you were watching the live stream, live chat on that, where Travis referred to him as number one, which is also true.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. I will take it.
Yeah.
So, Eric, why don't you tell us a little bit about Keep Portland Weird to start with?
We have a mission just to be as weird as possible, and we sort of just met the Roofball team, and we just mix well together.
Excellent. And then how did the idea of actually creating your own tournament come about?
I think I sent Adam an email, and then I sent out a bunch of emails to a bunch of artists, and they wanted to play.
What originally drew you and your organization to Roofball?
I saw the viral video from the, I think, 2007.
08, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the viral video, and it looked like fun without having to be like super in shape or anything like that.
That's definitely
That
not a
is
requirement.
definitely true.
Yeah, it seemed like something we could do in costume
Yep.
when I saw the video.
So you had one tournament. What was that experience like? How do you think it went? Did it go anything like you anticipated?
No.
Or did you even have, like, you were like, I'm just going in there, no expectations?
I would say it's like controlled chaos. It's hard to corral 12 different costumed characters to do anything, let alone play an actual competitive game. But it was pretty amazing to see everybody come together for a common thing.
Did you see any costumes that were particularly problematic? Was yours one of them?
No, actually, I had a pretty easy time considering I had a 70-year-old TV on my head. But
Caveat.
I would say probably the gorilla costume, the duck. Actually, Duckman had a
He was blind,
horrible
basically.
time. He could barely see. This year, we're going to put bigger eye holes in Duckman's head.
Well, that leads me to the next question I have, which is, of last year's competitors, who are the new ones? Who's coming back?
Oh, this year we have an exciting new character, actually. Plastorm, the owner of Robot Alley, his mail delivery carrier is going to be playing this year. A character she created herself called Mailman.
Okay.
So it's a take on the term mailman. She's going to be playing in her USPS costume this year.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, so we actually talked the mail delivery person into playing.
We're getting sued.
So,
That's a restart.
You're getting sued.
the other character is Duck Boy.
Okay.
He'll be competing against Duck Man.
Just a head-to-head
Are they
competition.
related?
I'm not sure yet. That might be an angle we go for.
Excellent. I do remember there was some, one motorized and another person also on a wheeled device.
Yeah,
One did not do well. One won the whole thing.
yeah.
This, and again, we'll show some scenes. This setup might not be the best for.
Motorized vehicles?
Yeah.
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 We
so,
have notified Pat Torn he cannot have the hoverboard
Okay.
at this game.
No, is that both because of the terrain and the competitive aspect?
Yeah, I think it gave him too much of an advantage last year.
Well, here it's a different setup.
I think this
he
year
might
it
be
would
going
a
over the house the
disadvantage.
whole time.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah,
I don't think it would help here, but last year I definitely think it helped him.
Interesting. He also sang a different song every time he went to throw.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we'll see if that happens.
hoping he'll bring
in,
that back. The musical jukebox he was.
That's right. That's right.
Well, then tell us about the innovations, the new things you're planning for this tournament.
Oh, we have rule books for the announcers to consult to make sure everything's on par with the RuPaul rules. We have quite a few things. We have entrances for each character before each game with a bubble machine and music. Hopefully, if we can pull it off.
Excellent. Oh, I'm sure we will.
I almost forgot. We do have another character, Moth Girl.
Oh, okay.
Moth Girl will be a new character at this year's game. I completely forgot. I just
Now, can Moth Girl fly?
I don't know. I have not
That
actually.
would be cheating,
I
I
will
think.
actually be meeting Moth Girl for the first time on game day.
Okay. So in the rule book, there might be something where you can't fly to the post and just
Yeah.
tap it.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
And we
got
may
a
have to
couple
ban
weeks.
open flames so Moth Girl doesn't.
Fly directly
Yeah.
into them, yeah.
Yep.
Good call. Good
Could
call.
be a dangerous thing.
All right. So if somebody's interested in learning more about Keep Portland Weird, where should they go to learn more? Should they contact somebody? Or?
I believe there's a website.
Okay.
KeepPortlandWeird.org or .com.
One of those.
Yeah, one of those. You can go
Just like
there
Roofball.
for all of your weird needs. There's a way to be weird in Portland.
All right. Well, from the perspective of the founder of Roofball, it was a delight last year to have you guys come over and to really embrace the natural weirdness, the connective tissue. Because I think that in general, when you look at Weird Portland and the sort of the ethos and the vibe and sports, kind of feel like they're here and here. But the
Yes.
fact that we can find the connective tissue to bring the two together was a lot of fun. Very happy to do it again this year. So
Yes.
thank you for setting it all up.
You're welcome. We are excited to come back.
All right. Welcome back to guest number 2, Robert Fortney, aka Plastorm. Did I get it?
Yes, sir.
All right. See, I'm getting better and better every time we do this.
Yeah.
Who put me in?
This
as the host?
might
This is
be take
ridiculous.
8. We're not sure.
All right. Well, here we are at your place.
Yep.
You're hosting this year, the 2nd annual tournament. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you give up your house to do that?
Because so I did it for the first time last year at your house, and it was legitimately the most fun I've had in years. I also didn't know I had that competitive streak in me, I mean, the last time I felt that was when I was surfing, like 20 years ago. And it was so much fun. And when Eric asked me, hey, what would you think about having it at Robot Alley? I was like, oh, perfect. Perfect. I think we have the perfect setup for it, the perfect backyard for it. And I spend every single day making this in this little cybernetic oasis. So, I mean, I think it's a perfect location.
That is awesome. Now, for those who've seen last year's tournament, round one or game one, you came out and you were in full costume.
Yes.
And as that competitive juice started flowing, some of that I think that got in your way. So piece by piece, it started coming off.
The most damage I've ever done to my spark suit. It took months to redo everything. It was just another excuse to upgrade, which is why I built these. These are my sports compulsors.
Nice.
These are completely separate from my normal spark suit. And I also have a.
Am I seeing lightsaber chopsticks there?
Yes.
I own
That's
a pair.
the secret.
I mean, no, I'm not seeing chopsticks.
It's the trade secret. No, it's so funny. Like I needed something that was like cheap and removable, and this ended up being perfect. Yeah, and I just discovered them last week. I literally did not expect to get into it as much as I did. And costume be damned. Again, which is why I've spent a great amount of time building a separate, what I call my sports protocol. So I mean, again, I was destroying my spark suit, but I didn't care because I was legitimately having so much fun. I mean, once I got into it, and once you saw me starting to strip down layers and stuff like that, it was like, oh, it's on. I'm getting this.
Going for the title.
Yeah. And I remember at least one or two throws, there was something hanging off of you.
Oh, yeah.
Costume, and you were dragging it around as you were trying.
Those were my battery packs were falling, dragging around everywhere. I mean, I did damage I didn't even know until I got home. And what's interesting, I don't know if I told you this, but I almost missed out on the second half because no one had told me that there were more rounds to go. So you literally had, at the perfect time when I was literally packing up to go, you walked by and very nonchalantly said, hey, you're doing so great. I can't wait to see you in the next. I'm like, oh, the next game. And so thankfully you said that, and I knew to stay.
Excellent.
Yeah. Inside joke for big Roofball fans. Sounds like San Diego.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about Robot Alley?
So when we bought this house, I have no concept of time anymore. A long time ago, the neighborhood was quite a different place, and as I work as a professional artist and painter, which is literally how when I appear as Plastorm, that if a gallery show or whatever, I appear in my full mechanized armor. It actually came about because I was too nervous to be there. And it was like, it was a way of being there and not being there.
Yeah.
You can be very confident behind the helmet. But it literally has morphed into that's Plastorm. And so my painting studio is right here, and me working at ungodly hours, the things that I would hear going on back there would scare me. Well, here's the thing. I only recently realized that what I thought were footsteps at all hours were actually squirrels eating nuts. I just found that out. I just figured that out. But it sounds like footsteps right behind your studio. But no, there were so many things going on back there, and it was just like the junk that was left behind and everything like that. It was just, it was just not good. And so it started, with a motion light, and then one of my first spark suit helmets, and then one day I was in Target getting my fill of soda water, and a cart filled with LaCroix, and I just kind of roll by the kids aisle, and I see these stormtroopers for sale, and it was like, it's on. And I was the envy of every kid rolling by with a cart full of soda water and stormtroopers, and from that it just has ballooned into this thing. It woke up something in me that I never knew I had interest in, like electronics and circuitry and wiring. I still have no idea what I'm doing, and when it works, it's a miracle. It's like when I tell people it's YouTube, it's not me. I don't know how people did anything. I'm old enough to know, like, you had to have like the Time life books to do anything.
Right, yep.
But so I follow these things, and if it works, it's a miracle. And I love that every year I do more upgrades because my skills, kind of, uptick a little bit, and everything has been rebuilt from the winter storm. The winter storm literally destroyed everything.
Wow.
I had accounted for wind, I had accounted for cold, I did not account for the two together, and everything snapped like twigs.
Yeah.
Everything was frozen in blocks of ice, and it's only now that I've just now, got everything working and back together.
Well, you gave us a little tour earlier, and there was some people out there interacting with it, and I think that's the cool part. I mean, there's obviously a lot of the bulk of it is extremely Star Wars centric.
The irony is
right?
that I can't stand the new movies.
There you go.
This is the bed that I've made for myself. I mean, it's all not. I mean, you know, you've got the probe droid back there and the stormtroopers, but you know, I have my own like, you know, Gantry is a dead Jedi of my own making, where we can revive him with ionized midichlorians, and you know, so I'm not relegated to the Star Wars universe.
Right.
It's basically just what I can dream up and what technology I know is available at the time.
And that's the I think one of the cool things about it. I mean, one, just to come and look at it is pretty awesome. But then you can interact with it. Don't go trying to break down fences or anything, but you can really interact with it. And then there's stories there as well. And so it's, for me, just coming, I did not know what to expect as I came and you walked us out of there. It's like 3 kind of different levels of different things you can experience while you're here.
And that's part of, you know, like as a painter and as an artist, everything has you know, for me, has to have a narrative flow to it. Yep. And so it's just another extension of building those narratives, but at an outward level. You know, it's also, you know, before you get done with the stuff that, you know, actually makes me money, like, you know, with the painting or the video editing and things like that, you know, these were great warm-ups. But the thing, you know, because you get the synapses firing, but I'm legitimately having so much fun back here, I have to like no, I don't want to, I'm having too much fun, you know? And especially in the summer when, you know, so I usually spend all winters dreaming up what I'd like to do next. I'm never satisfied, so I'm always, much to my detriment, thinking, oh, well, how can this improve? How can this change? And so, you know, normally every summer, it's just I have some big upgrade or some new build that I cannot wait to put out.
Is there one thing that you'd say is like your pride and joy?
People seem to. I really am happy with the probe droid. You know, the probe droid's right back there. You can probably see it in camera. It's affixed to an actuator. It's also this motion sensor, and you know, as soon as it sees a detectable movement, it comes up and comes down with its sound effects and everything like that. And the fact that it's still working is my pride and joy.
Awesome.
But again, the real miracle is the fact that I was able to repair everything after the winter storm, because I did not think that was possible.
Well, if people want to learn more about Robot Alley, where can they go?
It's very simple. You can either go to plastorm.com or just simply Google Robot Alley or Plastorm.
It's on Google Maps.
It is on Google Maps. I did not, you know, what's interesting about that, I did not start that Google page. Somebody else started it that I had to take ownership of. And somebody actually named it Robot Alley. I did not.
Oh,
I wish I could find out who did that. I would like to thank them. But it's got, you know, reviews and everything like that, which puts the pressure on me because I feel like I got to give people what I call the full Kylo, means the full experience. Any of those searches will get you to where you want to go.
Awesome. Well, one, thank you for walking us through that.
Absolutely.
But two, thank you for opening up your backyard here to host a tournament.
I legitimately can't wait. I literally have been. One thing I did not mention is that the winter storm also destroyed our backyard. I have been working every single bit of my free time getting this backyard back up to up to par and getting it nice and cozy for everyone. And I legitimately cannot wait for June 2nd.
Well, it's looking good.
It really is, yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. So June 2nd's when the tournament. It'll be recorded and broadcast later, correct,
Yeah.
Adam? Yeah.
I think last year was a couple weeks lag, something like that.
So we'll provide updates on when to expect to see that and how you can expect to see that and all that fun stuff.
And we'll premiere it, so we'll be able to all watch it for the first time together and do our live chat and have all the normal fun we do with a new tournament.
Excellent. Adam, anything before we close it down?
I'm excited, man. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to commentate. I can't wait.
All right. Well, for Adam Willis, I'm Derek Weber. See you next time.